The combat in Zenless Zone Zero is incredibly fun, and in the last beta, they revamped Hollow Zero, one of the prime in-game modes. And today, I wanted to go ahead and fully explain how Hollow Zero works, so that when the game launches, you can just jump in with a full understanding. Before we get started, if you're watching this before June 29th, I'm hosting a Zenless game show. It's called Fairy's Hollow Disaster. It's going to be a live game show based around Jeopardy with a few special twists and surprises. I have quite a large roster of content creators that will be joining, and in between each round, which there'll be 3 rounds total, I'll be selecting one random chatter to win a Zenless Zone Zero Battle Pass on launch. I normally stream these type of things on YouTube, however, I do believe that a game show event like this, the chatting experience is much better suited on Twitch, so it will actually be streamed on my Twitch channel, which I'll have linked in the description. I hope you guys are interested in tuning into that, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Hollow Zero. For those that don't know what Hollow Zero is, it is an endgame mode that has a heavy roguelike element similar to Honkai Star Rail's simulated universe. This mode is unlocked shortly after the completion of Chapter 1, which is about 8.5 hours into the game. Once the game mode is unlocked, you'll have to do a sort of trial phase to prove that you're strong enough to handle zones deeper inside the Hollow. To unlock the rest of the zones and deeper areas into Hollow Zero, you'll need to raise your Internaut level. This is essentially the adventure rank or trailblazing level equivalent in Zenless Zone Zero. There are 6 zones total in Hollow Zero: the original assessment zone / tutorial, and then Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3, which is the old Metro Capital, construction ruins, and abandoned skyscraper respectively. Finally, we have the Nest Zone, which is currently the deepest we are allowed to explore. This is the zone with the very unique end boss, the Ethereal Flower Lady. The 6th and final zone we have not unlocked yet, and we may finally be able to see what it is on launch, because previously it's just been blacked out. Each zone provides different colored withered crystals. There are 3 zones, so 3 different crystals: red, blue, and yellow. These crystals are used to unlock nodes in the mod system. This is a permanent upgrade module that provides buffs while inside the Hollow while doing runs. This is similar to the upgrade tree for the simulated universe in Honkai Star Rail. These buffs are split into 2 different categories: cornerstone nodes and cardinal nodes. Cornerstone nodes are much cheaper and provide smaller buffs, while the cardinal nodes provide massive bonuses to your run, like being able to reset the selectable Rezonia and even unlocking a new Rezonia shop altogether. To get these cardinal nodes, you must first unlock all of the surrounding cornerstone nodes before being able to buy the respective cardinal node. With the basic information out of the way, let's get into the actual run itself. You will start off with being able to choose the leader of your squad and 2 other teammates that you can obtain while exploring the Hollow. The leader will be the only member in your team when you start a run. But once you pass an event tile to add a character, it will randomly select 2 of the agents that you had selected that you can then choose from. It's highly recommended to choose a powerful agent as the leader. As you level up your Hollow Zero license, you can choose more members to be added to the original pool to allow for more team building opportunities while exploring. During Hollow Zero runs, you can explore a randomly generated board. While exploring the board, you gain pressure for each new tile you step on. The pressure increases by 10 each tile, going to a max of 100. Once 100 pressure is reached, a pressure overload will occur, and you will gain a negative effect known as a corruption. These corruptions are random negative buffs that can be removed if you encounter a specific event tile. If you gain enough corruptions, you will eventually gain the max corruption buff, which is a massive boost to the boss that you will encounter at the end of the run. If you want an extreme challenge, then collect all corruptions before going to the final boss. Otherwise, tread carefully.
Oh no! Oh, it's even worse!
As you explore, you'll randomly obtain buffs called Rezonia. These buffs are obtained either through event tiles, shop tiles, random encounters, or completing a combat instance. There are a wide variety of Rezonia that buff different aspects of agents and combat. These range from shield, elemental damage, crit, general buffs, and even dodge buffs. When you obtain 4 or 8 of the same type of Rezonia, a merge reaction will occur, which will provide you with 1 additional advanced Rezonia of the same type. This advanced Rezonia will grant increased buff effects, but will not be factored into resonance reactions. You will want to make sure to grab as many buffs as you can that synergize well together to create a coherent build that dishes out a ton of damage. There's a special type of Resonia that you will always start a run off with, and that is called the White Star Resonia. This Resonia is not random when you start a run, but is actually based on the zone you selected. These are Resonia that change the way you approach the run in each zone. For example, Zone 1, the Resonia is that when you gain corruptions, you'll also gain an attack % bonus, stacking up to a certain amount. So, during this run, you'll want to gain and remove as many corruptions as you can to get max stacks of this buff. Zone 2 could be a Resonia that is based around gear coins, where you can choose a loan at the start of the run, and as you spend gear coins, you gain attack %, but at the end of the run, you need to have enough gear coins to pay the loan back. Zone 3 is an HP-based Resonia. The lower the HP, the more attack % you deal. So, for this run, you'd want to focus on getting more shield Resonia, for example, and keep your HP low for max benefit. There are ways to upgrade these White Star Resonia, however, it is a special way for each one. If you manage to make it to the end of the run and speak to the NPC that gave the Resonia to you with max corruptions, it will upgrade, giving you a massive new benefit. The Gear Coin one is upgraded if you pay off your debt, and the HP one is upgraded if you make it to the final area while being below a certain health threshold. You can upgrade normal Resonia, and this is through a system called Catalyze. You can gain catalyzations by buying them in the shop, or you can run into them as an event tile. Depending on the difficulty you choose, there will be a different amount of floors per run, but at the end of each floor there is a more difficult enemy until the final fight of the last floor, which is an actual boss. There are quite a few event tiles that you can run into while in Hollow Zero, and while we're here we might as well cover all the ones that we know so far. Instead of going through each one by one, I'll show them very quickly on screen and you can pause to read what each one does. Once you complete runs, you will obtain License XP, which is capped each week. This cap will increase as you raise your Internaut level. The rewards are extremely nice, so you'll want to raise this level as much as you can. Some rewards even include a Bang Boo that can provide energy for more skill usage, and this Bang Boo and its dupes can only be obtained through this license level up. Once you get your license to a certain level, you will unlock the Bounty system, which is a weekly set of missions that you can complete for rewards including Boo Pawns, which is used to pull on the Bang Boo Gacha banner, and this will be your main way of grinding Bang Boo pulls. But that covers pretty much everything you would need to know when it comes to Hollow Zero, and I hope you're excited to build your teams and hop in when the game launches. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will answer as soon as I can. If you're more of a lore proxy, I recommend checking out my recent deep dives on the first 2 factions we meet in the game, and my starter lore guide to get you fully prepped for launch. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you proxies on launch.